So 0.05 looks good. Hover my cursor over top of it, hit I, boom, we got a second keyframe. Now, when you play this, you can see that the circle kind of comes out of nowhere and it does this really cool effect. Now, of course, we can't just have it stop here because we have these pieces. So I'm going to go to approximately frames 65 and then change the thickness to way up. We're going to change it to 0.8. 0.8, yeah, so 0.08, sorry. Change it to 0.08, and that looks good to me. Hover our cursor, hit I. Now, when we play this, you can see it goes out, slows down, and then it fills everything in. Now, we, of course, have this giant gaping hole in the center of the canvas still, which is not what I want, because I want this transition to be able to come and go the way that I want it to, and that's not really working out that way right now. So, before we do that, I want to go ahead and reverse this so that it can go away because the transition is supposed to come in and then go out again. So I'm going to grab frame 20 right here and then hit Shift D to duplicate this and put this on frame 90. And then go to the 0 frame, grab that, Shift D, and put this on frame 100. Now you can see what we've done is because we did this together. See if we let me do this differently. So if we open up the timeline instead, because it's going to duplicate our rotation keyframes as well. So let's open up the timeline by doing the same thing we did earlier, but just going to timeline instead. You can see we have two different keyframes here. One for the object transform, which is just the rotation, and then we have one for the thickness that we just animated over here. So these are the three keyframes that we need. If I hit B to box select, you can see those three. These are the three. Now I want to grab the 20 frame and hit Shift D and then just move that over to 90. Then grab the 0 and then hit Shift D, duplicate that to 100. Now when we play this, you can see that it will go back on out and reverse itself. So when we play this, it comes in, smooths out, and goes away, which is nice. So really cool stuff. Now the next thing we need to do is obviously fill that giant gap in the center still. So let's do that real quick. We can do this a couple of different ways, but I'm just gonna do it with a nice little whip pan coming from the center there. And now you can see we have a little bit of like jaggediness from the low res of the sphere because we have all of these like rectangle looking things. We can fix that real quick just by going and adding a subdivision surface modifier underneath there we go, underneath everything. But you're gonna of course have to bump up the thickness values and stuff like that because it's smoothing everything out too much. So I'm just going to leave that on 1 because it's fine on 1 anyway. Yeah, you're going to have to bump up the values if you do that because the thickness is not thick enough anymore. So probably 0.1 is going to be good for that. So let's do that real quick. 0.1, just move that over there. Perfect. All right, cool. So now we're all set and good to go. Turn the quality down too. All right, so now let's do the little swipe thing. Actually, wait. Yeah, 100. No, 0.1's not good because we still have those little pieces. So let's go let's just do 0.12. Why not? 0.12. There we go. Cool. Now I want to do a little swipe. So we're gonna grab a Shift A and we're gonna search. We're gonna grab a plane and then hit RX 90 to rotate that 90 degrees on our X axis. Left click to confirm, and then we're gonna move that way back here. So GY, move that way back here. Now look at our thing now with the circles. Looks weird. Cool stuff. Anyway, now you can see that's giving it a different look, which is actually kind of cool as well. So I think I might even want to leave that more than I like the squares. But yeah, I don't even know. That's really cool looking. Anyway. You can leave it. You can leave the subdivision surface off, and you still have those hard edges, and it fits the squares. But that's fine. I mean, either way, you can just do something different. You can do different shapes at all. You can do completely different shapes. Doesn't matter at all. Grab our plane. Go to the material tab, new material, and this can be any color you want. But I'm just gonna go with a white color here. So we're gonna change this from principal BSDF to emission, and then we can go ahead and hit S to scale this up. Just approximately the size of the circle. Don't worry, you can see it through there right now because we're not worried about that right now. But approximately around frame 50, I want to have this come in. So we're going to hit I, location, and then I'm just blocking out the timing right now. So then maybe on frame 60, I, location, and then frame 180, we'll do I, location. Cool. So back on 50, I'm going to grab that plane, move it all the way to the left, and then hit I, location. Then on frame 60, I'm going to hit GX and then just move it about right there. I, location. And then on frame 80, we'll just leave it the way that it is. So now you can see what happens is it comes in. Oh, let me turn that subsurf off real quick. There we go. All right, so you can see it comes in. Oh, wait, I had to move that out of the way first. So let's do that real quick. On frame 49, might as well just have it pop in. We'll move everything over here. So hit I, location now. Now it's not in the way in the beginning of the animation. All right, cool. So this is what we got now. It comes in, smoothing out. The rectangle comes in, and of course we have to get rid of it and at the end as well. So on frame on frame 85, I'll hit GX, move it about right there, I, location, and then on maybe we'll move this up a little bit because we're running out of space over here. So I'm gonna move both of these up by hitting B and then just dragging a box over that, and hit G to move those over to about 70 and 75, and then on frame 85 it'll be completely out of the shot. Hit I, location, and then on 86 we'll just move it way over here so it's not in the way at all. I, location. Cool. So now when we play this, let me actually grab our camera first and then go to the camera tab just so this is in the way. Camera tab, viewport display, this guy right here, opacity all the way up. Sweet. So when we play this, boom, comes in, smooths out, plane comes in, plane goes out, and we're done. Super cool. So nice stuff we've got here. So I want to change the way this is going right now because I don't like how far this comes in. So I'm gonna make this go about right there instead. So I, location, then okay, that's much better. All right, sweet. So I'm gonna put the 60 keyframe about in the halfway in the middle of the circle here, which is pretty cool. So it kind of goes halfway. Actually, I liked it before better. Wait, honey. So it kind of goes halfway, stops, comes in, and goes out. That's really cool. I enjoyed that quite a bit. All right. Sweet. So we got a nice little transition, and of course, while everything is covered up, like right about here, you'd cut whatever frame you were on to a different shot, to a different clip, to whatever else, and then it would come out. It would be a different clip there because it's transparent. Now, to render this, of course, you're gonna have to go ahead and go. I just said a bunch of goes. Go to File, Format, and make sure this is on video. Of course, FFmpeg. Encoding. Make sure the container is QuickTime. Then video codec, FFmpeg video codec number 1. Then RGBA. You have to have the A or else you have no alpha, which means you can't render this to a video. Then, of course, you just do a little folder and put this to a place on your desktop or your folders, video, or whatever. And then you just hit render. So render animation. Boom. And you can also change the frame rate to 60. This is all going to get faster. But that definitely looks better for like gaming and stuff like that, which looks awesome. So you can just extend this. I'll change the in frame to 200. Real quick, I'll just go back to our timeline. Double tap A to select everything. We'll go on. We'll select all this stuff up here as well. So hold down Control to select everything up here. So we have all the keyframes in focus. Double tap A to make sure everything's selected. Hit S to scale this up, and then just put the last keyframe on 200, and that's just double time perfectly. Slowed down by exactly half. So there we go. 60 frames per second gloriousness. Hope you, ladies and gentlemen, enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one. So many variations you can do with this one. Really cool stuff. Oh, I like the yellow. That looks really good. Anyway, yeah, so many different things. You can do different shapes. You can have this just, you can have these be circles. You can have these be straight lines instead of rotating them like we did in the beginning. Anything's possible. Really cool stuff. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. But until then, bye-bye.